Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Art Studio. My name is Allison Jensen. I'm the owner of Orange Easel, and I'm here today to do one of our story time segments. So we started a new series just a couple weeks ago where we're sharing the curriculum that we do here in the studio with our preschoolers to share with you for anyone else who, maybe you have preschoolers at home and you like to be able to offer a story and art curriculum. Maybe you run an in-home daycare. Maybe you teach preschool, and this is helpful for you. So we do story time 3 times a week online and 4 times a week in the studio, and they're not all the same stories. We have, I should look sometime and see what the number of stories we've done before. We're always finding new books and finding ways to offer an art activity after reading a book to our preschoolers, and so I thought I'd share the one that I did this morning online. So I read a book called Ruby's Sword. And it's all about a little girl who, she has older brothers, right? And she's outside running around, and she can't keep up with them. But she comes across 3 sticks, and they become her swords. She gives them to her brothers because she's a good little sister, and she shares them with them. And they immediately start sword fighting with them, and she declares, "It's my turn." And they don't let her play. Because, that's the way older siblings are. So she wants to play with them, but she walks away disappointed, and she takes her sword on an amazing adventure. It slays imaginary dragons. It helps ants to cross a puddle. She uses it as a tool to draw in the dirt. She uses it to pick fruit off of an apple tree, and she finds many, many uses for her stick sword. So it opens up conversations you can have with your kids about, the ways we can use sticks other than just swords, right? Eventually she uses it to build a fort or a castle. Her brothers come by and they're a little bit intrigued and they want to participate too. And she rightfully gives them the cold shoulder until they come back bearing gifts, and they bring her dandelions and they bring her rocks and they offer to help. And they also offer up their swords as posts for a bigger castle. So together they collaborate and build something magnificent. So this is a book called Ruby's Swords. It's very fun. It's got some great illustrations in it. You can see it's kind of a watercolory illustrations. So we read this with our preschoolers on Zoom, and then we made swords because that's what you do. But think of all the things you could do with this book. We used paper and tape and markers because in our online class, a lot of times we're using things that people already have at home. In the studio, we might actually have brought in sticks, and we could have painted them, or we could have wrapped them in yarn. We could have brought big sticks and made actual swords. You got to know your audience there. Or we could have brought itty bitty teeny tiny sticks and made little forts, since that happens in the book as well. So I want to show you what we did. They had to have paper, tape, and markers. And any type of paper, any type of tape, and markers are just for decoration. And there was a ton of problem solving that had to happen. So as a teacher, as a parent, as a facilitator, we're not trying to give them all the answers, right? It's so much better if they come with it on their own. So we got out a flat sheet of paper, and we said, okay, this is kind of flimsy to make a sword out of it, and I don't have any scissors. How can I make this into a sword? And together as a group, we have about 15, 20 kids that join us on Zoom 3 times a week. As a group, we brainstormed what we could do to make it stronger. They said, "Oh, you could add a second sheet of paper, and that would make it stronger." And we're like, "Oh, that's smart." And eventually we got to the folding. And so we demonstrated how to fold and tape so that we had something stronger that would go click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, which is the sound the swords make in the book. And we also practiced some rolling. And then we discovered that these also work as telescopes, which is super fun. So we did some rolling. In this lesson, we also learned that it's nice to have an assistant to help us, hold it together or to rip the tape for us. And then we decided that, what if we wanted to make it bigger? How would we problem solve that? So our kids learned to put 2 sheets of paper together. And eventually we ended up with very majestic swords. We got hilts added, and we decorated them with the tape and with the markers. And we had all sorts of fun paper construction that happened when reading our story. By the time we signed off, we had kids making accessories for their swords, whether it was a shield or it was a box to put it in. But paper construction for your kids that maybe that give you some pushback when you try to do traditional like drawing and painting and they're like, I don't like that. Try some construction with your paper, because a lot of times this will capture the attention of even the most stubborn of little artists. So I hope that that's a fun one for you. Check out Ruby's sword and make some paper swords. We'd love to see what you guys make inspired by this book. If you do it and you take some pictures and you put them on social media, you can tag us and we'll share it to our account. So have a wonderful rest of your Monday, you guys, and I'll chat with you soon.